Hello everybody, I'm happy to be here with you today, and what we're going to talk about and connect to will be our mind. I'm not going to turn you against your mind. The mind is a beautiful part of your being, but we have to balance our mind so it becomes our ally. It helps us to grow, to transform, to experience life on earth as an effortless flow, and is helping us to connect to truth instead of distortion. So some people will say, what is wrong with the human mind? Why the human mind absorbs all these distorted energies and creates all these distorted thoughts? Why the mind creates illusion? Why the mind creates fear, limitation? Why human beings cannot be in a pure state, connecting to their truth, being able to see their path, loving themselves and loving others, loving and seeing the opportunities of growth, becoming one with earth, with the cosmos, without limitations, without obstacles. So why is the mind creating all these obstacles? And how can we balance our mind so it becomes one with our being and our whole being is following our path and our truth? It is very interesting that Earth is affected by schisms, and our being as human beings can also be affected by schisms. And one of the main schisms is the mind and the being. And some of you will say, how can we heal the schism? How can we bring unity to our being so we can be free? We can experience its true power. We can experience our truth, our path. We are able to experience our transformations, our growth cycles. We can experience our energy expanding, connecting us to all these living beings. Our energy is helping us to connect to all living beings on earth and also to the core of the earth. But we're also connecting with our energy to our astral body, to our astral existence. So how can we experience all this greatness, all this beauty, when we are locked in the mind? I have some truths to share with you. A way to heal your mind will be to start observing your mind. Observe your thoughts. Observe the triggers. Observe the patterns. And at the same time, allow yourselves to experience peace. So it is like getting off from the hamster wheel. When we are in the mind, we are in this hamster wheel. We are moving constantly, but we are on the same spot. We are not going anywhere. And sometimes we are also in a maze, trying to find an exit, try to find answers, understanding, to try to understand ourselves and other people, and there's so much confusion. And still we're trying to find an exit to all this unnecessary movement that it is really illusionary. So what you should do is to get off the hamster wheel, move a few steps backwards and start observing. Observing your mind. What are you thinking right now? Or perhaps you're just experiencing peace. Perhaps you have no thoughts. Perhaps you're just a receiver and very soon will become a transmitter. You're going to receive and you're going to transmit light. Perhaps you're already doing this and it is a wonderful experience. It helps you to expand. Not using the mind, not having thoughts, not analyzing, not planning, not trying to achieve, not forcing yourself, not feeling sad that you haven't achieved enough, not experiencing lack. You have everything. Everything that is yours. It is with you, in your being. Your path, your truth, your abilities, your greatness, the beauty of your being, the joy that all this unity brings. You have it all. Everything that you need. It is part of you. And when you're connecting to the mind, you're not able to experience greatness because greatness is in your being. Greatness is in the unity of who you are. And the mind is constantly absorbing what is in the environment. So if in the environment there is distortion, there is fear, there is negativity, there is limitation, there is anger, all this is absorbed by the mind and is going to become thought, but is also going to become pattern, thinking patterns, behavior patterns, lifestyle patterns. And these patterns, they create imbalances because they are not true movement. The patterns are not true transformation, but they are repetition. There is a loop, moving around like in a hamster wheel, staying in the same spot, thinking of the same things, worrying, not being able to have clarity, not being able to connect to your truth, experience the schism between the mind and the being lost. You're lost. But it is time to find yourself. And when you find yourself, there is so much joy that is going to come through you. There is celebration, there is happiness, there is fulfillment. This is what you experience when you are in a state of peace. When you are in a state of peace, you are able to observe the illusion, the distortion, the patterns, the fears, the limitations. So I want you now to do this with me, to leave your mind. Leave your mind and gently sink into your being. And your being is your physical body and energy, your light, your truth, your path. Everything that is true, everything that you brought with you in this reincarnation has always been with you. And they're supporting all these transformations and growth processes in your being. So you're going to move from the mind to the being. You're going to experience this, it's like sinking in, very gently, effortlessly. You don't make any effort. It is so wonderful to be able to be in peace. No thoughts, no worries, no anxiety, no expectations. You just slowly move into this beautiful state of peace, sinking into your being. Emptying yourself. So when you are in this beautiful state of peace, many of you are going to experience this blank space, this empty space. There's nothing there. Your personality is not there, your character is not there, your ego is not there, your understanding of yourself is not there, your thoughts are not there. It's just emptiness. And human beings find it very hard to experience emptiness. They want to be constantly busy in their mind thinking about something that will happen after some time ago. They're constantly thinking and planning and preparing and worrying and thinking about others, speculating, analyzing, and trying to protect themselves, thinking. But what you have to do is just be in peace. Experience peace at this moment, in this present moment. Empty yourself. Experience this blank space, this empty space. And in this state where you are in peace, you're not waiting for anything. You're not waiting for anything to happen. You will never be disappointed and you will never be excited. It is this wonderful flow that you're experiencing. You're just learning to be. And some of you may be still have some thoughts passing your mind, still not fully experiencing peace, but that's fine. Perhaps it is time for you to observe the mind, to observe these thoughts. Why are they coming in? Where are they coming from? And if you start observing them, you will see that they will gently go. They will also flow. They will flow away from your mind. So I want you to remain in this peaceful state. Some of you are going to see yourselves expanding in this state, like growing immensely. Being able to see your physical body, to experience it, and also to experience your aura and the energies that they're moving in and out your physical body. And even though the physical body has a specific form, your aura doesn't have a specific form. It can expand towards all directions. It can penetrate living beings and connect to their light. It can move to other planes and receive high light and bring this to you to help you grow. Your state of peace opens many doors. And it is interesting how the state can heal. It can heal you from anxiety. It can heal you from being lost, having no clarity, being confused. In this state, you're experiencing the miracles of life. You are in your being. But you're also connecting to Earth, and this is the next step, the next open door. So peace is helping you to open doors in your being, to release distorted energies, to help you see your gifts, your path, your greatness, your beauty, the power that you have. And if you have been in the mind for a long time, the mind is telling you that you have to struggle, you have to try hard to achieve something. But your being is telling you that everything is in you. And there is so much more nourishment and support that is coming from the energies of the earth, from the energies of the cosmos. You are surrounded by constant support. And this is for you, in order to grow, in order to transform, to heal yourself. So remain in this beautiful state of expansion and healing. And you're going to see that your mind is going to follow, is going to connect, to unite, is going to sink in this beauty, in this greatness of your being. And something that you're learning, and it has to do with your mind, is that you don't need to constantly think. You don't need to live in the mind to be successful and happy. The mind is like any other part of you. So you don't constantly use your hands to hold and carry. You want them to be in peace. You want them to carry light. And you do the same with the mind. You want your mind to carry light. You want the crown chakra to constantly bring light into your being. And the mind absorbs this light, remaining in a state of peace. And thoughts should not be a constant flow. Because when the mind is busy, is absorbing distorted energies from its environment. But when your mind is peaceful, is supporting the growth and transformations that are happening right now in your being, is tuning into these processes and is supporting these processes. So it is like people can run around very fast, but where are they going? Why are they running? So if you don't know where you're going, running around is pointless. And it is the same with the mind. Human beings have been conditioned to be in the mind, to use it constantly, and to experience all these products of distortion that other people experience around them. So for human beings to enter this state of peace and remain there, it is something alien, unknown. But it is your natural state. It is our natural state of existence. So my advice to all of you who want to balance the mind is to find time to be in peace. And then perhaps in the beginning this time for peace, it is specific. Perhaps you have some time where you can just rest and empty your mind from thoughts, and then all this will become your experience, and you will be able to balance the mind by constantly remaining in a state of peace. But we are taking small steps. Do not force yourself, do not be disappointed. If there are many thoughts that are coming into your mind, observe them. It is a good opportunity to observe what you're thinking, your patterns, your triggers, how open you are to other people's distorted experiences. What is your mind absorbing from its environment? And what is it creating with this? It is a good opportunity to observe your mind and eventually go into this beautiful state of peace that helps you expand and be your true self. Experience your path, your beautiful gifts, and live a life of truth that is effortless, and achieving is just a flow, does not require any struggle. If you have any questions about this, feel free to post them. I can see one question here from Derek. Derek is saying, how can we differentiate between guidance we receive from our mind or from our heart, whole being? When we observe our mind, we are able to see how these thoughts are formed and what they are creating. And we're going to see that they are specific patterns that these thoughts create. So why people, for example, experience anxiety, anger, sadness, feeling isolated, feeling vulnerable? What is creating all this? When we are connected to the cosmos, to Earth, and everything that we need is in our being. So this distorted negative experiences in the mind, they're created by patterns. And often the mind wants to have a debate with us. And these debates are all about survival, worrying about survival, something that will go wrong, or somebody that will do something bad to us, or that we have to try harder, that there is a competition, that we have to plan because we have to win. We have to go against somebody else, or somebody else is going against us. It is the survival instinct that forms many of these patterns and debates, conversations in the mind. So everything that is negative, everything that makes us feel uncomfortable, weak. Often people compare themselves with others, they feel weak and they don't have enough. Or discussions about wanting and needing and not having enough, not being happy, not being satisfied, comparing ourselves with somebody else. Everything that carries something about survival, then we know that it is from our mind. It is something that the mind creates and the mind is creating this because it is absorbing negativity from the people around us, because they are also being affected by this survival instinct. They are also worrying, they are also competing with others. The heart is a powerful chakra and is all about unity. So human beings talk about love, but when this comes into their mind and the mind tries to explain or understand love, it has to do with something that you give and take. It's an exchange. But love is more about unity, connection, and it is unconditional. So often in the mind, when we're using the mind, we like somebody because it's giving us what we need. So somebody else that doesn't give us what we need, we don't like this person. We love the person that satisfies our needs. But what happens if the needs are illusionary? So the more you observe your mind, you will see that it's creating so many schisms, so much separation. And our light wants us to be one flow. So when you love all. When you connect to everybody. When you share light to everybody. Why should I choose this person from the other? And I'm fulfilled that I'm sharing light. This is my joy. This is my satisfaction and fulfillment, that I am sharing light to everybody who is open to receive. So our heart is helping us to expand, is helping us to see the beauty of who we are, to be able to love ourselves, because this is the first step. You can't love others if you don't love yourself. If you don't receive light, you cannot transmit light. If you're not healing, you cannot share healing. So our heart is helping us to expand and experience unity not only within our being, but also with all living beings. And my beauty is your beauty. Your greatness is my greatness. My light is your light. We are connected. We grow together. We support each other in our growth. But we also supporting Earth. And this is why we're here on Earth. Do you have any other questions or comments about the mind and the being and how we can heal the schisms, or anything else that comes to you that you would like to share? If you don't have any more questions or comments, I'm going to join you in peace. I'm going to share my peace state with you. I'm going to share my light with you and support you in your own growth, in your own transformation. And right now, I'm also connecting to your own light, and this is healing to me. It's helping me to expand more, to be able to share my truth. And why should I be afraid to share my truth? And I want you too not to be afraid. Look at the greatness and power in your being. Look at the beauty that you are. Look at the beauty that was given to you by the cosmic creators. And Earth has given you the physical body that has so many gifts. In peace, we will discover all this. And we will be happy. We will celebrate life. Joy is a sign that we are connecting to our path. And we are experiencing this effortless flow. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope to connect to you another time, sharing light. But I know that we are always sharing light. We are always growing together. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, everybody.